Boy, do I love a good derby day. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Liverpool Latest. I hope you enjoy today's video. I know I sound like I've been smoking for the last 20 years to some degree. At least that's how I feels like in my headset. The allergies are getting to me, and it's affecting my voice. But nonetheless, I will be trying to push throughout the course of this video. If not, I'll just have to speed run some of the things I have to talk about. But Liverpool win in a match that I did not expect to have end up in a win. I expected a draw at the very best. At the very least, I expected us, or at the very worst, I expected us to lose. That said, I'm actually quite surprised at the level at which we did win. Early on, Mo Salah opens the scoring in Everton's new stadium, no less, for its first Merseyside derby. And later on, Virgil van Dijk seals the deal with an absolute winner, but not before some struggles in between, which I will get to over the course of the video. Let's break down the numbers, shall we? 14-9 was the total shots on goal in favor, or total shots in favor of Liverpool. Shots on target was 6-4, so not that much of a wide margin. Possession was 56% to 44% in favor of Liverpool. We had more passes. We had better pass accuracy. We committed less fouls, which was a big problem we had throughout the course of the match, is that our foul trouble was certainly a problem. If this was basketball, well, we'd be in a lot of trouble. Let's put it that way. We didn't have any yellow cards as opposed to Everton, who had two. One of them, I think, was Jordan Pickford, and the other one, I forgot who it was, but it was a very strange situation that led to that yellow. No red cards were given in the match. We had no offsides compared to Everton's 4. And last but not least, we had 6 corners to Everton's 1, which one of them resulted in the game-winning goal. This was an ugly match. From the start of the match to the very end, this was an absolute knockdown, drag out, probably one of the more physical matches I have seen Liverpool play all season. There were people getting injured left and right. Mamardashvili had to leave partway through the match to make way for the first appearance by one of our newer keepers. I think his name was Woodman, if I'm not mistaken. I think I may have mentioned his name once or twice in the course of me doing this show, but he had a fantastic showing towards the end of the match when Mamardashvili got hurt in the 54th minute after the Beto goal. Beto, I should say. Beto also went out with an injury. I think he was concussed, as was Konate, even though I'm not sure if Konate went off the field or not, but I am 99% sure Konate was concussed off the collision to the head, as was Beto. But all in all, we're very lucky that this game was a win. The first goal for Everton resulted in an offside, hence one of the offsides that was given out of the 4. Thankfully, VAR ruled it an offside. Once I saw that first goal go in, I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me, man. Here we go. And then lo and behold, thank God for VAR working in our favor once again. Granted, that wasn't without some struggle in Liverpool, in the Liverpool camp. One thing I have talked about, and that I have heard being talked about, is the control issues Liverpool has throughout a match. So, one of the big things that Arne Slot preaches about is possession and control. That is what he thinks wins matches. That is how he has geared our team to work towards. Many a games we have had majority control of a match. There was these majority possession, but we have not ever really truly had full control. This game was another one of those examples. Now, granted, we won this game, which was a shock in its own right, but somehow, some way, some way we won this match. But there were times where I was very much questioning Liverpool's control problems. Very early on in the match before the Salah goal, I was saying to myself, Jesus Christ, we can't get anything going. After the Salah goal, going into the Beto goal, it wasn't much of the same. Quite a bit of struggling. From there, it was kind of even in the sense where both teams kind of took time trying to set something up, and it wasn't until the Van Dijk goal in the 100th minute that basically solidified us winning the match. So it was a very back and forth contest, but the problem is, and again, the commentators made a very good point, that Liverpool just can't control games. And I feel as though because they cannot control games, we find ourselves in positions like we were up until the 100th minute, where we are just scraping by in hopes of trying to score a goal. Okay? And I know that this year is a lost cause. This season is a lost cause. Come next season, I can only hope, whether Arne Slot is in charge or not, that they find a way to fix these problems, because there is absolutely no reason why, with the squad we have now, we should be facing the issues we are having against a 9th place Everton squad. Okay? Well, now 10th place, but at the time they were 9th. There's no reason why we should be having these problems against any team in the bottom half of the table. Yet for some reason, we consistently find ourselves in a position to fail because we cannot control these games, and we cannot we allow ourselves to concede early, and we just can never get momentum when we desperately need it. I'm not sure if it's a case of the players not playing as a team or what, but something has to give and something desperately needs to change in the coming season, because this has been a conversation I have talked about and that I have heard being talked about all year, and it's become ad nauseum for me. So much so it makes me nauseous to speak because of my fucking throat. I can barely speak without wincing, for Christ's sake. It's so much pain. But I do this for you people. I do this for my Reds. I want to talk about today's stars of the match. I think it goes without saying that Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk are the stars of the match. I can also kind of throw a pseudo, like an assist in the sense to Cody Gakpo for the assist that led to Salah's goal. Without Cody Gakpo passing the ball to Salah there, that first goal of the game doesn't happen. I think that goes without saying. Now, I'm also not going to say that Van Dijk had a fantastic game. I think that the defense struggled quite a bit at times. But thankfully, that goal, that header that he had off the corner, certainly helped us out quite a bit and certainly helped his cases quite a bit. Otherwise, he was kind of he was a bit iffy at times, Van Dijk, for me. But it wasn't nearly as bad as Konate. Now, these three men I'm about to discuss, and you can kind of add Mamardashvili in this too, because Mamardashvili, actually, and I'll even start with Mamardashvili. Mamardashvili does nothing for me. He did a very good job in the first half of the match, and after the Beto goal, something happened. Honest to God, I think it was a very savable goal. It's just that Mamardashvili was clearly out of position, as in my opinion, he doesn't do a very good job controlling the box and understanding his surroundings. As good as he can be, if he only worked on those things, I feel like he'd be a much better keeper than what he is. He's certainly not worth $25 million. I think that's the number that we paid for him. He's not worth $25 million to me. I don't find him to be all that great for that amount of money. The fact that he got hurt, though, now only puts us in a further hole, because now Alisson is hurt, and now he's hurt. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that having him gone is a loss, because frankly, I would rather him be on the sideline, not injured, clearly, but I'd rather him be on the sideline than Alisson in net. But according to reports, Alisson's not due back until May, which by then the season's fucking over. So, for right now, we are stuck with, again, forgive me if I'm forgetting his name or if I'm missaying his name, but Woodman? I guess we're stuck with him for the time being, because didn't look like Mamardashvili was going to get up from that. I don't think he was going to get up or at least play another game in the next week or so. Isak, disappointing. I think at one point in time, it was like nearly towards the time where he got substituted off, and it was said that he had maybe 5 touches on the ball throughout the entire course of the game. Why is Alexander Isak starting matches? Give me one good fucking reason why Isak is starting matches coming off an injury that has had him out for several months, has not been nearly at all match fit for the better part of this entire year, regardless of what anybody says. He has not been match fit. How could you justify him starting this match and playing however long he played until substituted off? You can't justify that to me. So the fact that he got 5 touches and looked rough on the pitch, he didn't look fit, does not come as a shock to me at all. I love Isak, man. I think he's a great player. But come on, for Christ's sake, we have Ingamoa, we have other options on the bench, and yet you choose to start a 120-something million player who is clearly not fit for long period action. I can understand if Isak gets subbed on in the latter half of the second half, like the 70th-ish minute or something. I can understand that, but I can't justify him starting a game in the starting lineup, the starting 11. I can't justify that right now. I don't know what Slot is thinking. We have Rio Ingamoa right there, bro. Even Cody Gakpo would be a better option than Isak right now, and Cody Gakpo fucking sucks. Okay, I said what I said. Wirtz has been very disappointing these last couple of weeks. Again, commentators on, I think it was USA this match was on, commentators on USA were making a point in the sense where he looked very lethargic, didn't look very keen on the ball, wasn't great with the second ball touches, just a very overall uninspiring, lackluster performance, which is very shocking because for a while he was doing quite well for himself. And all of a sudden, I'm not sure if it was the international break or leading up to the international break, but he just has not been the same player he has been in the winter, or at least from like late last year going into the new year. He has not been the same player. I'm not sure if he's hurt or something or what, but clearly something is not adding up. I'm not sure if it's the way that Slot wants him to play his position or what, but something with him's got to change too, because he's looking like a mighty big fraud right now on the field. And I hate to say that because I like Wirtz. I really do like Wirtz. But something about the way he's been playing does not add up to me. He's been very inconsistent, as is Konate. Konate has been fucking terrible these last several games. Today was no different. Konate was just trash. If anything, I think Beto's goal starts with the fact that he's not covering his man properly before the goal. And that leads to Beto scoring the collision with Mamardashvili and Mamardashvili going off the field. It all starts with Konate, really, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. Either that or it was another instance where Konate loses his man or doesn't beat his man. But after the Beto collision to the head, Konate is all sorts of off. Something about the way he was playing was very not like him. He was all over the place at that point. I'm not sure if he got his bell rung and the fact that he didn't have enough time to, I think they both tried. I think they both gave them some time because it was a bad head collision, right? Like I'm not sure he didn't look fully there, frankly. Beto made the smart decision and went off the pitch and got substituted. I hope he's okay. That would look like it was a gnarly collision either way. But Konate was rough out there today, man. And I'm actually shocked because of his performance. We did not lose this match because very, very disappointing performance from him all around. So, other than that, yeah, that's my struggle city section. I'm glad we won. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm glad Merseyside remains red because that's what it should be. Fuck Everton. All right, fuck Everton. So that's what I stick to. That is my truth. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Liverpool latest. My throat is killing me. I'm going to go to bed and rest this shit off, and I will hopefully be back stronger for the next video for you guys to enjoy. So until then, be sure to leave a like, comment down below any thoughts you have, subscribe, and leave a rating on your favorite podcast platforms because we're also on there too. And most importantly, be sure to follow and subscribe to the show because when you join the Liverpool Latest family, know that you, my friend, will never walk alone. Up the Reds. Big win today, baby.